Hey Retro, we would love to invite you to our candle making event.
Oh hey, thanks so much for thinking about me, but I'm not...
We're based out of Charleston and use discarded candles from the local wedding industry.
Huh, yeah, that actually is pretty cool. I can see why they maybe thought of me. Not sure that this is the kind of thing that really is for...
Here is what the candles look like.
I am so excited to attend this event. Thank you so much for thinking of me. So the event was at Grand Strand Brewing Company, and let me tell you, I'm still recovering from the concert last night. So I'm sure you're thinking, like, a candle making class, ooh. In all fairness, that's what I said at first too. Then I saw the candles they were planning on making today. Like, yeah, all right, yeah, that's kind of cool. So I signed up, and it's cooler than I expected, honestly. And it's a GSB. I mean, like, I couldn't hang out here for a couple hours anyhow.
Oh yes, candles link the whole of humanity into one big understanding family. We need candles for diversion or for diversion. We need candles to mend the fuse wire when our electric light has failed, or candles for elegance. Candles for the most fundamental standby reasons on the one hand, and on the other, candles for the most frivolous of whims.
Now, obviously, Grand Strand Brewing Company, we're all very familiar with. It's the brewery right downtown on 8th Ave, and they're always having tons of events here, and, you know, it's a favorite hangout. They have a constantly rotating selection of beers. They're honestly all very good, but I'm still recuperating from last night, like I said, so I picked up a little hummus plate. This stuff is amazing. I mean, the veggies are always, you know, really fresh, and the hummus is good, but they deep fry the pita bread, so it's almost like Indian fry bread. I mean, it tastes just like Indian fry bread. It's amazing. I'm having the Bach, you know, hair of the dog, so the bread really is gonna help. The event was put on by Pup Country Candles out of Charleston, and yeah, some of the proceeds goes to help, you know, shelter dogs and stuff. So today we're making cocktail candles. So these are the vessels that we're going to be using. These are the two that I chose. Of course, I went with the classic cut crystal. And they have this crazy assortment of accessories and doodads or whatever that you can add to it after you pour. It's like hot cocoa marshmallows and, you know, lemon slices and flowers and even Swedish fish. Once you pick your vessels, you go and pick a scent for each of your candles. And they had everything. I mean, marshmallow, caramel, they even had bourbon. We even ran into a few familiar faces here. Now they use those little cedar staves as wicks that just stick right to the bottom of your glass. The instructor explains everything for you if this is your first time doing something like this, like me. Yeah, she was also explaining how, you know, Charleston's also a wedding destination, so there's a lot of half-used candles over there, so they just utilize that wax to keep it nice and green. Brown and pink.
Here's pink. You're just going to need a hefty pinch of that into your pitcher that you poured in.
So they just dye the regular white candle wax. For my first one, I'm going to be making a Pink Lady classic cocktail. And one of my favorites, because it has that egg white head on it. And for my second one, I will be doing something a little bit more dude-oriented.
Mr. Lebowski, this is Mel Zoniker of the Southern Cal Bowling League, and I just got an informal report that a member of your team, Walter Solchak, drew a firearm during league play. If this is true, of course, it contravenes.
That's right, I'll be making a classic White Russian. Now you just have to wait for this part to cool, and while we do that, we can finish our real drinks and help ourselves to some of the accessories that we'll be topping it off with. Have my Pink Lady accoutrements, I upgraded to a strawberry instead of a raspberry, and some ice cubes for the Caucasian.
They really tied the room together.
I mean, come on. Look how cool these came out. Now, of course, you know, I went for realism, which I often do with my fake food creations. Now, just to add that egg white foam to the Pink Lady.
The candle comes from the dim-lit recesses of our ancestral memory, and see what lovely things we've done with it.
The ladies, however, went in a completely different direction.
You find them alike at funerals and fun spots, because some can be as gay as others are grave.
Yeah, they fully embraced the decorative angle, and they're really festive. And they came out great. I don't know why I always go for realism. And hey, let's address the elephant in the room, right? Yeah, I was the only guy there. But guys, let's think about that for a second. I was the only guy there. And hey, look, if you're already attached like I am, you know, this is the kind of thing you can take your lady to that she'll really appreciate that you went to, and she'll probably give you a couple points for it, and it was fun. I had a great time. I mean, it wasn't a sacrifice on my part at all.
When we're at play, oblivious, or when time really counts, Shakespeare and the hymn writers spoke about candles, and one way or another, candles appear to be here to stay.
So yeah, I mean, whether you're trying to meet people or, make up for a fight, we had earlier, this is a really fun thing. And honestly, I would just do it on my own. The ladies all really had a good time, and you could tell by how excited they were about their creations. And mine fit right in. I mean, goodness, look at that. Right with the fake Jell-O mold and the fake shrimp cocktail.
They really tied the room together.
And check these guys out. It's Pup Country Candles.
This has been a Spinstead and Ederpt production since 1998.
Retro Myrtle.